Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. You got the super team of sports talk here with y'all. I'm one half of it, Diego Baryshnikov, the Black Dominican Russian. And I'm here checking in with my main man, my partner in crime. They call him the 6 foot and under post-up champ. Tell him who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A in AA Sports, broadcasting live on this Thursday. The NFL schedule was released just now, and I feel a type of way. How about you?
Oh, I'm good. I already knew who we were playing, so I just needed to see dates. What you see that you ain't like?
Man, they fucked us the last week of the season. We got a sandwich with New Orleans and with Atlanta in the middle of the last 3 weeks of the season.
Okay, so you got your typical schedule that you've had for the last several years where they put all them division games at the bottom.
I like, but damn, throw Tampa in there somewhere. The Saints twice in 3 weeks with Atlanta?
Hey.
Shit. Start off with Dallas, week 1, then Atlanta. I don't see no gimmies on here. None.
So, how many?
Man, we might be, I don't know.
Hey, man, you be all right, man. You be all right. All right, good people. We appreciate y'all checking in with us. Again, keep watching, liking, hitting that subscribe button when you go to the AA Sports, Straight Sports No Chaser YouTube channel. Leave us some comments there. Let us know what's going on and how you think about the show, that night's topics and what have you. Same thing on the Spreaker platform for those of you guys that listen to us on the go. Keep checking in with us there as well. And as we said last show, we're going to be coming up hopefully here in the very near future with some other audio platforms that we'll be posting content on for you guys. We're going to jump right on into it. Y'all know how we do. It's the start of the show. It's open bar. We're going to do that like we normally do. We have a few dubs to hand out, a couple L's as well. What you got, Hate?
I don't have a lot. I got a dub. Shout out to Matt Forte and Devin Hester retiring as Chicago Bears. They're signing the one-day contracts to get that done. I guess I can throw Dwight Freeney in there too. I know Hester should end up possibly later. You think he's Hall of Fame for kick returning? Did they put you in there for that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
okay.
You can be in the Hall of Fame for any position, and he's the best returner to do it. So, he'll definitely be in there.
But it'll take a while, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do that. Because like I said, if he's waiting, it's only because of other positions, and if you're gonna do it that way, he'll be waiting forever.
Right.
If you separate it between special teams guys, kickers, punt return, kick returners, that kind of thing, then he shouldn't have to wait very long.
Did. So shout out to him for that. I got a dub for Old Man Wade from the other night. They needed that game up in Philly, and he got it done. 28 points off the bench. Memorable game for him. They're looking pretty solid right now, but shout out to Old Man Wade getting that one done the other night. I don't have a lot of those. I was reading a story the other day about this chick, Melina Roberge. She got locked up, caught 8 years for drug smuggling. She was on the gram flexing. They caught her on a cruise ship. She had 63 pounds of that raw.
Yeah, I saw her. Also, she can fund this lifestyle and look like she was really doing it big on Instagram. Well, I guess if you're moving that kind of weight, you should be really doing it.
Right.
But again, this generation. They want to be seen so bad. They do dumb shit like this. They on the gram, selling weed, selling pills, selling dope. Like, how the hell are you soliciting people to buy drugs on the internet? You don't know who the hell on the other side.
Right.
But
move different, people. Move different.
They don't know no better.
Nah, really they don't. Internet raised them. My last L goes to whoever the sucker was at the Starbucks in Alpharetta off Old Milton Parkway. This sucker I'm assuming it's a dude, could be a woman, put a camera in the women's bathroom. It was discovered the other day when some chick was in there. Don't y'all got enough shit going on Starbucks? And some person puts a camera in there with 25 videos of women in the bathroom. Move different, man. Move different, people.
Wow. My first hearing about that.
Yeah.
Definitely that's an L.
Yeah.
I didn't have any dubs to give out this week. My bad. Did you have more?
No, I'm done. I have no.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have any dubs to give out this week, but I do have one huge L to give out, and it's to the Tallahassee Police Department. If you have not heard, the Tallahassee Police Department, for whatever reason, was watching Florida State quarterback DeAndre Francois for about 2 months, thinking he was moving their work. Got a warrant, raided his apartment, found all of 17 grams of weed. If you're not familiar with the weight of weed, 17 grams is equal to a little bit more than a half an ounce. Basically, somebody's personal stash. You watch this man for 2 months, 60 days. Who knows how many overtime hours have been logged, how many resources, how many taxpayer dollars were wasted for y'all to find less than an ounce of weed, somebody's personal stash. Somebody had to get fired over that, right?
Probably not. They'll get administrative leave, get time to go think about it, be right back on the job.
Well, I'm not saying in regards to how they interact with him. I'm just saying because you know when you do stuff to citizens, they put you on administrative leave for that. But see, now you got to go deal directly with the chief or the boss, and you wasting company resources based on some humbug tip. They don't only
traffic duty for a couple hours.
They're gonna get bust down to something.
Yeah,
they're gonna get bust down to something. But I just thought that was very funny, and DeAndre said it was his girlfriend's weed.
That's it. Damn. Move better, people. Move better. Don't really have no big L's this week. It's been a quiet week, it seems like.
Yeah, outside of that, one other little tidbit. We already knew the Canelo Triple G fight was already canceled, but they finally handed down an official suspension, and he got 6 months.
Yeah.
So in 6 months' time, from the date of the positive test, is when he'll be able to be apply for reinstatement, which would be about August.
Right.
So, everything goes well with Triple G in this fight next month. If he don't get cut up too bad, which he shouldn't, then a very good possibility they can fight in September with that rematch. So I think it's still going to happen. It may just be 6 to 8 months down the road.
Yeah.
In boxing, that's not even a big deal, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw he negotiated that thing down to 6 months. That's a win. I was thinking, I ain't think it'd be that fast. So I'm thinking December somewhere.
Oh, no. I mean, they had the hearing, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
You said December for him getting reinstated?
No, I'm talking about the fight. I mean, if he's free in August, September, I figured he needed a little bit more time. But that'd be dope if they fight September.
Yeah, I mean, because he can still go ahead and train and what have you. He don't have to wait, to do all that. He's just waiting to get back in the ring, so he can be ready to go. It's going to be difficult to do it. Maybe do it in September because you do have to wait for him to be reinstated. Yeah. Then you got to have the marketing, the promo to build up to the fight, which you normally in a big pay-per-view fight like that, you normally want about 45 days or so.
Yeah,
run ads, do things like that. So it's going to be tight. To make that probably first weekend of September.
Right.
But I think we'll get it later this year sometime, hopefully.
It's definitely going to happen. His ass going to be drug tested like a big dog, too. Don't eat none of that Mexican meat, as you said, what tainted you this time.
Right. There you go.
All right. Ready to jump into some basketball?
Yes, sir. Let's jump into these playoffs. I meant to go back and listen to the show that we did our picks and predictions because I couldn't remember. I know who I picked. I couldn't remember the amount of games on some of these series, and a lot of these teams making me out to look real dumb right now.
Oh, mine are trash. I'm looking like trash. And you can't even call it that because who knew? Who knew these teams would be laying down like this? But I'm trying to think. Who would you say is the biggest disappointment so far?
Biggest disappointment, and I think our candidates are probably. Let's see who's down 0-2. Portland.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Washington has not won a game.
Right.
I mean, those are some damn good candidates. Out of all four of them, I'm probably going to lean toward Portland because they had home court advantage.
They had home court. Yeah.
I did pick the Wizards in 6. Half that's because I just don't even trust Toronto or just refuse to give them any respect. So that pick is kind of tainted. It was his bias. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, I thought that they could beat Boston, but it ain't looking that way right now.
Hell no. It's not looking good at all. But yeah, I'm with you 100% on Portland.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, with that, you had home court. At least get the split. Now you got to go on the road to try to get one. If you don't get that one tonight, at least tonight, that one tonight, 5 at the most.
Oh, you go down 0-2. Yeah, you got to go get both of those on the road just to try to get home court advantage back.
Yeah, and I'm saying you need them, but you at least got to start with the one. At least.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not even convinced they're going to win tonight. You know how crazy that place is going to be?
I mean, yeah. At the same time, it's New Orleans, so basketball-wise, I don't know. I can't really say about what the crowd going to do, but C.J. McCollum and Dame Lillard just got to play better.
Just got to shoot better. Shoot better from the field. I mean, you're not going to – I'm not expecting J. Rule Holiday to put up 27 a game the rest of this series like he has. I mean, I just don't see that, but –
I mean, he's got the momentum right now. He's locking Dame down on defense. Dame is not getting free off that pick and roll like normal.
No.
Drew Holiday is still right there in his mug, and it's definitely affecting them.
100%.
Definitely affecting them.
I guess my second disappointment would probably be Minnesota should have got one of them games.
I thought they would at least be playing a little bit tighter than what they're playing, but if Jimmy Butler not going to produce, if Cat not going to produce, then they don't have any chance. And speaking of those two gentlemen, we I guess we can go ahead and put out that alert, right?
Yeah, we're looking for some
we're looking for people, and we got an Amber Alert out on some NBA All Stars that are in this playoff that ain't producing. Let's see if we can find them.
I'm looking in trunks of cars, checking bus stations, social media. I'm monitoring it.
You check hospitals because Dame Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Cat, Eric Bledsoe, Bradley Beal. Where are these guys at?
Cat's the worst one. I mean, I know he's a young boy and this is his first playoff, but 6.5 points. I want to say he shot the ball 9 times every game. That's it.
I think that's the main piece right there. It's not just the fact that he's scoring 6 or 8 points a game. It's the fact that he ain't even getting the touches or even shooting the ball. That's what's most concerning.
That sounds like a 100% case of the scaredies. Because if your coach calls you out after both games, now don't get me wrong, I'm not putting a whole lot of stock in Thibodeau. But if your coach calls you out at the both games, talking about you got to have more energy, you got to be more active. It sounds like you're scared. Like you're scared right now.
Yeah, I mean it does. We said this, and we said it mostly about role players. But when you're young and you have not been on this stage before, it affects you. And as we're saying, it's affecting some of the best guys in the league. Jimmy done been here before. Yeah. Jimmy's been here before, and he hasn't done, as my grandmother would say, diddly poo the first 2 games.
Do you think he overextended himself to help them get in? Because he wasn't fresh off the knee.
No, I don't. Because you don't go because he was balling then. Yeah. You don't go from that to what he's doing now. Nah.
And he ain't even getting a lot of shots a game. I mean, this shit is perplexing. I'm just not understanding at all.
I mean, if you take last night's game, for instance, they're getting thrown out of the game plan. You can't go down 20 points first quarter. Oh, I'm sorry. No, second quarter because they were up in last night's game.
Yes, they were.
And then, Houston hawked them down and then just lapped them. But you can't do that in the playoff game and expect to come out on top. And the bad thing about it for them is Harden didn't really ball last night.
Right.
I think they're going to get Ryan Anderson back at some point in this season. He ain't even been playing. That's another 3-point weapon to worry about. Eric Gordon hasn't really done much this season, and they still up 0-2. So it's not boding well for Minnesota.
It's almost like I had it neck and neck for a second with them in Portland, because Houston has not played a good game yet. A complete good Houston game yet.
Right.
And they're up 2-0. Harden went 2 for 18 last night, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know how 2 for 18, you know what that means to me. But for him to do that and they win.
Yeah, I mean they getting contributions from
Green ball last night,
as Shaq would say, from the others.
Yeah.
Game 1, Capella had like 25. Last night it was Gerald Green stepping up. So they getting production, big production out of guys that's normally giving them maybe a handful of buckets a game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
all right, people, sorry about that. We our connection dropped off from our two guests. They got their information there again. Shout out to Driscoll Ferrari and shout out to our boy Ice Cold Eric from the Kane and Ice Show. We're getting ready to say how you can find their show at Kane and Ice on Twitter, and you can also find them on YouTube. Check out their show. Great content. They cover everything from basketball, football, even to wrestling. And if you're a Power fan, when Power comes back on here in a couple months, definitely check them out. They'll be on top of it on that as well. Hey, before we get up out of here, what you want to leave the people with? Again, man, this is the 100th episode of the rebirth of AA Sports, Straight Sports, No Chaser. It's been a wonderful ride. We're going to continue to ride. What you want to leave the people with before we get up out of here?
It's hard playing with John Wall. And I like John Wall.
We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna.
I like John Wall, but it just seems like
me, people. We're
ball
not
ain't
looking
moving
at it
like
saying
it was.
we did
When
shit
he
right
wasn't
now.
there.
We know we got a
Now,
ways
he's
to
getting
go,
the assist.
but we're gonna keep bringing real
Bills was
sports talk to
shooting
you. You
39
ain't gonna have us
just
on
missing
here
shots
howling
today.
and screaming at each other for no damn reason. Like
Yeah, I mean, when you have a point guard like John Wall and he's in the lineup, yeah, he's going. I mean,
and I meant to say it earlier, but I couldn't.
So yeah, while he
remember
was
my
out,
thought at the time.
You didn't have that ball dominant.
Remember when we were on the vocal platform?
Yeah.
They had to know that this back up. We were on vocal
play
when he's in the
and it was
lineup.
just
So
us sitting in a room with a
They gotta make it work.
backdrop that I got from
Otto Porter's gotta
Hancock
step
fabric with some AA Sports letters on it, and us just sitting at the table,
go out there and hit some shots, and
basically
play a
drinking
little
and
bit
talking
harder.
sports for an
Stop
hour.
making so many mistakes. That's the thing about Washington that frustrates me.
We were threatening the Saints.
One
We was
quarter
like,
they
y'all don't
look
win the
great.
game. We're gonna come
The
on here
next
next
quarter they
week
like a totally
with them
different
brown
team,
bags on our
and
head.
they're very,
I
very
forgot
up
all
and
about
down.
that. Yeah, I forgot about that. So a
I
lot
put
of
them in
history, man. A lot of history.
6.
Hey, tell the people
I
where to
took
reach out
him
on
to
social
7.
media.
You took them in
Enrique
7.
6000. One thing I will give Wall. Wall
There it
was
is. You can
competing.
find your boy at
It
Diego
looked like the rest
Barish
of the
on
dudes
Twitter. And don't forget
was
to check
kinda
out the
scared
AA
toward the
Sports
second half
Cast
there when they
page
were
on Twitter
down.
as well.
But he was
And you
still
can always
going.
find the content
So,
again on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, they
And
wear their
also check us
emotions
out on
on
the Spreaker
on
platform
their
if you're
sleeve.
listening.
I mean,
Again,
you
both
know,
of
you got
those
him
find
at the
us
top,
at AA
going back
Sports,
and forth.
Straight Sports, No
You
Chaser.
know,
We're about to get up out of here.
bench.
For Uncle Hate,
You got
Diego
Bradley
Barista
Beal
call.
sitting
Y'all
there with
enjoy
his
the
face in
NBA
his
playoffs.
hands.
Enjoy your weekend.
Now, what we're
We're
going to
gonna
talk
be up
about,
out of here.
I
Y'all
don't
be
know,
easy.
but the
Peace.
optics of that don't look good. They could have very well just really been trying to iron some shit out, which I think more or less they were, but it just looks bad off camera, and then you know how that's going to get. That story's going to get painted.
Yeah.
They just got to play better. But again, at the end of the day, let's get Toronto credit where credit is due.
Yeah, gotta give them.
The whole year, their bench has been doing good things. Now, I don't think they've produced as much in these first 2 games because they got a couple people out. I know Van Fleet's still out.
He came back last game. He played the last game.
Okay. But
he didn't have his legs necessarily, so he's just getting back. But the one thing about having this bench now is they've survived. Kyle Lowry hasn't had a good game this playoff yet. And they're still up 2-0, so.
yeah, and with him having to guard John Wall, he's probably not going to have an explosive game this playoff.
Yeah.
He's probably going to need to do 15 to 18 if he can get that.
Yeah.
Keep his turnovers down. Make sure he's getting his assists. Play tough nose defense. That's what he's got to do this playoff, and don't try to do too much because we know what happened when he tries to do too much.
All right, these last Eric Bledsoe. Somebody asked him after the game the other night, who was Terry Rozier, and he said, I don't know who that is. Well, let me tell you, Eric, Terry Rozier is the guy who's been busting your ass for 2 games. I mean, all in your shit for 2 games.
The backup.
Yes, the backup. Man, these kids on that Boston team, they stepping up. If they get everybody back healthy next year, man. But Eric Bledsoe, 10.5 points, 36% from the field. They down 0-2. And his backcourt mate, the other starter in the backcourt, is averaging 2 points a game. 1, 2.
Okay, you're talking about Tony Snell, right?
Yeah, I'm not expecting 20 points a game, but damn, 10, 12.
I mean, look at what he averaged during the season. He only averaged 7. So,
oh shit, that's even worse. Okay,
so he's not. I was looking at that when I was looking up his regular season stats. So like he's really not far off from what he do in the regular season. I don't even really think he's a starter.
I thought he was. Who
Chris Middleton is the starter at 2 guard.
I thought they got him playing small forward. They starting Giannis at 4 in the playoffs, and Henson at 5. So either way, you only getting 2 points from him, so you're getting 13 points from 2 guys you got in your starting lineup for the series. Something got to shake. I mean, neither one of these. I mean, they should have won Game 3. They were in it. Game 2, they got walked off the court or ran off the court. But you think they get Game 3 at home?
Yes, I think they'll get Game 3 at home. I did pick them in 7, I think, in this series, but it's not looking too good for them. I knew Boston would play with heart. I just didn't know if they were going to have enough scoring wise. But like I said, they got people stepping up, and Milwaukee does not. Jabari Parker, I expected big things out of him. This playoff series, first 2 games have not went well at all. I don't even think he's getting that many minutes.
Yeah, Jabari came out today. He was politicking in the media today. I don't believe he's going to be a member of the Milwaukee Bucks next year. It doesn't look like that's going to be.
No, I didn't think that before the playoffs even started.
I mean, he was the number 2 pick a year or so ago, and when he's been healthy, he's played solid. But I thought they would try to find a way to work it out. But with him not playing and him complaining, he's kind of dropping hints that he's not liked on the team by the coach. That's why he ain't getting minutes. And, we talked about coaching jobs the other day. That dude's not the permanent coach there, so that job's going to be available this summer. So I'm assuming Jabari is going to get to play this next game, and I'm expecting them to win Game 3 tomorrow night. If they don't, maybe 5, maybe.
It's sweet, maybe. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming I'm betting on Hart at some point. I mean,
it better come out Game 3. For all these teams that are down 2-0 going home, you better win Game 3 because once these teams go down 3-0, then they pretty much chalk it up because not many you don't come back from 3-0 really, and once you go down 3-0, they pretty much they pack it in after that.
How many of them dudes right here doing this? Man, the Dominican will be dope. How many of them making them plays?
Oh, all the bench guys, all the bench guys. These dudes we just talked about. They probably not because they don't want to have to hear the criticism all summer about how they didn't show up in the playoffs. So they probably not looking forward to it.
Yeah, the good thing though, all of these cats, they're younger and they're not on that next pedestal to where they will be. They're going to be criticized, but they're not on that KD, LeBron. They ain't on that level to where they're going to get criticized. So they kind of still fly under that radar. One thing with Minnesota before we get up out of here with that, they really go on the clock soon with Jimmy. He's free this summer. So if either you're going to pay him or you're going to let him walk. You lose your leverage after the draft. So they got to figure that. Hopefully this goes well. Hopefully.
He'll be back.
You think so?
Remember, money dry. And where are you going to go to be a contender?
You know what? I'm actually we ain't got time for it today, but I just wonder how far off are the Lakers weren't that far off from that record, but I like Karl Anthony Towns. So he going to have a decision to make. I just wonder is his relationship with Tibbs going to keep him there plus the bag, or would he go get that bag in L.A.? But we'll see.
I'm not going to L.A.
What's up?
I'm not going to L.A. If I'm him.
Me, myself, I like what LA's doing without all of that. I just build, but that's me. Anyway, Cleveland. LeBron had a super effort last night. I want to say 46 points, 12 and 5. And they won by 3. They won by 3. Them other dudes ain't show up.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, they did enough to to hold it down. They won by 3. That's a little skewed because I think Oladipo hit a shot at the end at the buzzer that didn't really matter. But
Well, he missed the one that really mattered.
Yeah, he missed that one. I think Cleveland was up 6, and then he hit one at the buzzer. That was meaningless.
Oh,
but yeah, these other dudes, we talked about it. Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson, George Hill, Larry Nance. A lot of these cats have not been on this stage, and it's showing right now. Rodney Hood got grease or oil on his hands, it seemed like. Every time he touched the ball last night, he was turning it over. Can't make shots. George Hill, I don't think he wanted to play last night. 6 points, 6 fouls, 2 assists, I think he had, if I'm remembering correctly. Jordan Clarkson not doing much. Now, Jordan Clarkson, I think they need to just go ahead and play him a little bit more.
Yes.
I would play him instead of George Hill at this point.
Who the hell gonna stay in front of him? He's a scorer. They need to unleash him. I expect more from these guys. I really did. This stuff here, ain't gonna cut it. Ron need help, and Clarkson is a natural scorer. I know the lights are bright, but and Love,
they have not been on this stage.
Nah, they ain't been on this stage. And I wanted to initially we talked earlier in the day about putting Love on that team. You know, the Amber Alert stars.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
But I mean, he's getting 12 and 12. Those are solid numbers.
The 12 boards that 12 points is bullshit.
No, I mean, I'm saying it could be better, but compared to some of the stuff on there, I mean, they need 20 from him every night. They need
I was going to say, no, you're giving him too much slack. No, he cannot. He's a second he's got to be the second scorer option on that team. 12 plus is not anywhere close to cutting it.
I guess I look at it this way: is he doing more than Cat's doing, but he needs to do more.
This ain't Minnesota. The pressure in Cleveland is way bigger than it is in Minnesota.
I agree, but I couldn't put him on that list. I just couldn't see doing that. But he needs to give him more. I mean, and then he got hurt again. But he's gonna play through that allegedly. He said he fractured or did something to his thumb. But
yeah, the boards are great. He's got to get up to 18, 20 points a game.
I need to pull up how many shots he's getting. I'm sure he's getting shots. I mean, hell, who else gonna take him?
Yeah, he getting shots. Yeah, he got to make
them. So we're gonna see what happens with this. I mean, JR is only getting them 10 points a game. Jeff Green ain't really balling. This ain't on LeBron. This ain't. I mean, I know sometimes we've been tight on him in regards to some of these comments and things he does. This ain't on him. He'd probably be averaging 15, 16 assists a game if these dudes are making shots. They're not making shots. Now, we're gonna see what happens in Indiana, but
right. And if Cleveland, because you look at their first 2 efforts, I mean, we'll talk about their defense because that was their biggest obstacle to me coming in was the defense.
Yeah.
They're holding it down in that regard. I don't think Indiana has scored 100 points in either one of these games. And outside of Victor Oladipo, they really are holding everybody else in check. If they can continue to do that, I think they'll be fine. They definitely got, like you said, got to find a way to score a few more points. But defensively, I like what I see from them, considering it's them and where they've come from. If I'm Ty Lue, I like what I see there. Shots eventually will fall. Yeah. Defense is effort, and you always got to give that. And so far, they're giving that on the defensive end. I think the rest will work itself out.
Yeah, I'm still picking them to win this series. I mean, I ain't pressed in regards to that. It ain't going 7. So I think they'll get it done in that regard. All right, we kind of talked about topic number 3. Well, or did we?
We did.
Where do you think? We talked about Minnesota. We're concerned about them. We still both taking Washington. I think that's really because we don't trust Toronto. I'm concerned about Milwaukee. I think that could very well. If they don't win tomorrow night, that could be a damn sweep. So Portland. You think Portland wins tonight?
I do. Even though it's on the road, I just thought about that. Even though it's on the road, I think they find a way to get this game tonight.
That'd be a huge win. They get it done. Now they're going to be missing Evan Turner. He's not playing tonight. He got hurt game 2, and he's been a pretty solid. He's damn near their point guard as far as he moves the ball. The rest of them are shooters, but that's going to be a pretty good game. I'm looking forward.
I didn't know that. They up against it. New Orleans at home, like you said. The crowd going to be into it. New Orleans has not been to the playoffs in
about 3 years. They played Golden State a couple years ago.
Okay,
got swept.
Okay, but they're gonna be ready to rock and roll. If Portland plans on making any noise in this playoff, they got 1 game season tonight.
Yeah, and they're up against playoff Rondo. It's funny how the media's caught on the shit we've been on for years. We've been talking about this. People, I'm not sitting there blowing our horns and shit, but we literally have been talking about playoff Rondo for years.
What do you do?
It's a difference, man.
Yeah.
It is a huge difference. All right, this OKC 3. These cats.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they blew an opportunity last night. I really felt like they blew an opportunity. They went on a 19-0 run the third quarter, took control of the game. They was up 10 or 12 points, got hawked down, and lost. But one thing I noticed with that, Steven Adams is their only legit big man.
Yeah. Yeah, once they got rid of Enes Kanter, yeah.
I mean, I didn't see what's the white dude's name from Kansas? He's old now, but you couldn't throw no other bodies.
Oh shit, Nick Collison?
Somebody, I mean, they were going small the whole time. Derek Favors ate them alive on the boards last night. Him and the big man from France, I mean, it was offensive rebound. They were killed in the first half with that.
Yeah, but to me, they lost the game fourth quarter when your big three. I think they had a combination of 4 or 5 points,
and they was all free throws. They were 0 for 14. They did not
between Westbrook, Carmelo, and Paul George.
0 for 14. You ain't gonna win this one.
That can't happen.
I got a stat on here. You look at game 1. They shot 48 from the field and the 3. They won the rebounding, and they hit 14 3-pointers. Game 2, they shot 40% from the field, 31 from 3, and lost the rebounding. Stats don't tell everything, but sometimes they can be exactly what you need to see. If you're not hitting your shots and you're not rebounding, you're not going to have a good chance to win.
Not at all. Not at all. I don't want to say they turned the ball over quite a bit.
I should have pulled up turnovers. I should have pulled them up too, but and if you look at their stats over the 2 games, they look really good. You would think, okay, they got to be up 2-0.
Right.
Now, I don't expect Ricky Rubio to hit 5 3-pointers in another game.
I started to hit you last night like Ricky Rubio is out here in they ass.
In the same corner, Russell Westbrook.
But I know what you're going to say about his defense, but I probably leave Ricky Rubio too.
I mean, you hit the first 2, you just going to leave him in the corner. I'm talking 10, 15 feet away.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand Russell's fast, dog, but that's like saying you outrunning a bullet.
Yeah, he just was not showing Ricky no respect at all. I mean, when you completely take your eyes off a dude and just decide to roam around like the free throw line in the paint area and he in the corner, like you said, you have zero respect for him hitting any shots. And he hit a couple from that corner. Then Rubio even switched and went to the other corner and hit another one.
At some point, you got to switch from zone free safety that Russell was playing to man. Shit, go guard him. Something.
And we can't not talk about this series without talking about the fact that between Paul George and Russell Westbrook, they can't hold Donovan Mitchell between the two of them.
Bruh. They love Paul George right now. I'm telling you, they love Paul George because they threw that all on Corey Brewer like he was just busting his ass. No, sir. He was in Paul George's ass too.
Yeah,
hard last night.
Yeah,
I mean, and I think that might have been my first legit game getting a good look at him because game 1 we was kicking it, and I didn't get to see him a good bit, but he's built like you would think he's shorter than what they list him as. And he's stocky. Kind of puts me in the mind of Baron Davis's body.
Okay. And pretty good comparison.
Just gets to the hole.
Short, compact, explosive.
But I kept hearing D Wade. I kept hearing, he reminds you of D Wade. Nah, D Wade's taller and he's slim. This dude's built like a fullback with hops. But
he's definitely balling right now.
They blew an opportunity last night with that. Now you got to go on the road in Utah and try to get you want to try to get 2, but at least you want to get 1.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I may have picked OKC in 6, but this has got the makings of a long series, absolutely.
If you go to 19
long series.
if you're going to run that long, that type of scoring, you can get what you need to get on these cats, but you got to show up in the fourth quarter. 1 through 3, that's cool, but you got to show up in the fourth. You got to. All right. Well, we can talk about Donovan.
Absolutely a must.
How good can this cat be, man?
I mean, I don't know. I you know me. I'm not going to jump to too many conclusions. He is still a rookie.
No, I'm not talking all time, but
no, I hope you weren't, because I wasn't even going to entertain that.
Damn shame. You're gonna start entertaining me.
Hey man, I'm getting old, man, and in my old age, I don't even have time to entertain it if ain't nothing that's gonna really come to fruition.
No, I mean,
but seriously, he's got the chance to. If I had to go out on a limb and say anything like right now, he'll definitely probably be an all-star within the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, about that long.
You know, it may take a couple years because the West is so deep.
Yes.
I mean, you look at Dame and how long it really took him to crack that all-star thing. And so now you got another name in the hat.
Devin Booker's in front of him.
Devin Booker's problem is going to be his team doesn't win.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be his issue. But he is a great guard. I like him. Now, Donovan Mitchell, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. I hope that we are not seeing the best of him right now. Like, I hope this ain't his peak.
Nah, I hope not.
You know what I'm saying? I hope this ain't his peak. You know, you get some of them cats, they peak out real soon. And then after that, you're looking for more. And, no, you've already seen the best of what they got. So I don't think that's the case with him. As long as he keep being aggressive the way he's doing, they're going to be fine. They'll probably look at adding some pieces for him in the offseason.
They got to have salary cap space. They got to.
Yeah, they ain't paying nobody really.
So, and it just don't even seem like he's moving that fast. He was getting everywhere he wanted to get on that court last night. They couldn't do nothing with him. Nothing. Yep. And you knew he was going to take every shot. I think that's the worst part, when you know one dude going to take the shot and you still can't stop him from getting said shot.
That's the only thing I think is going to end up being their downfall, whether it's this series or whether they advance and move on to the next round. It can't just be him.
No,
too many times late in games. I don't know if that's just the plan for him to take it by himself, or is he just ad-libbing doing that on his own?
Right.
A la Russell Westbrook in past years.
Right.
You got to distribute and trust your teammates at some point. He's not going to be able to continue to do it by himself.
Hell no.
Long term, that ain't going to work.
And you notice he was bringing the ball up the court too. So Rubio was running straight to the corner.
Yep.
So we're going to see where that goes. You got anything else basketball? Going to do a little bit of football before we get up out of here?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Just a few tidbits, not too much. Tom Brady allegedly wants his contract reworked before the start of the season. Now, one thing we got to say with this, people, ain't none of this came out of Tom's mouth. None of it. These are sources.
Say word.
Can you blame him at this point?
I mean, when rework to do what? Pay me my back pay?
At some point, he got to want.
No, he ain't got the balls to ask for it.
I don't know. I think right now they kind of see some blood in the water, so they feeling like them kids. Well, I ain't going to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm staying up late. Don't it feel like that? They bucking real hard right now.
Him and Gronk, right?
They bucking.
Hey.
I mean, but like you said, though, he ain't gonna get all that bread he gave back.
Nah, he can cancel that.
So I can't blame him. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, for him, they'll probably do it. Because at the end of the day, if Robert Kraft comes out of that damn office and be like, hey, get this shit done, I don't want to hear about this no more, it'll get done.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't even be a discussion. He shouldn't even be having to drop this shit through back channels. You pick up your phone, call Robert, maybe he calls him Daddy Bob or something, I don't know, and get your bread worked out. It should be that simple.
Yeah, very easy, very easy.
I'll tell you what, man, we have never heard in one offseason this much talk out of New England. Never, ever.
Nah, you're right. And it all started with that, was it Yahoo or Sports Illustrated story that broke about mid-season?
Yeah, the one everybody lied and said wasn't true.
Right.
So, yeah, well, it's really y'all fault. Y'all traded for Belichick's man.
Hey, man, the only thing we did was call. Bill said no. Robert Kraft said, hey, trade that motherfucker.
Shit, I think y'all called. He shot y'all down. Then he called after Old boy told him to trade him. So y'all just like, bet, sure.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we just picked up the phone like, hello, you want to do what? Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and send the paperwork right now before y'all change your mind.
That's one of them fantasy football trades. You send that shit right then?
Yeah, like for real. What you gonna do? What? Yeah, send it right now.
Right
before
now.
You got a chance to consult with anybody or think about what you just did, or go on Twitter and be like, "Hey, is this a good trade?" And the world tell you, "Hell, not ain't a good trade. Don't do that." Too late. I've already accepted
it. That's exactly what this shit was.
Too late.
All right, another quarterback who's feeling a type of way. Now, I don't know what to make of this one because he came out and retracted the shit, but Aaron Rodgers is upset. Well, he was allegedly upset, but then he retracted because he doesn't feel like he's getting any input into what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Now, it's only a few players who should get input with the teams. It's only a few. He should be one of the players to get input with what they got going on. And when we say input, I'm not talking about LeBron and his laptop or his iPad. At least run it by him like, hey, dog, Now, let me ask you this. Do you honestly believe they didn't say shit to him about them cutting Jordy before they did it?
Yeah. NFL don't work like NBA. Yeah. They don't give a damn who you are. Ain't no consulting going on.
Now, with all that stuff done happen with Brady, because I know they, didn't they cut West once or something like that? I don't feel like he was blindsided by it. I think he knew. But like you said, it doesn't work that way. Every team don't move the same way. Mm-mm. But I don't know. I guess I feel like they could at least shot him something on Jordy. Now that shit with that quarterback's coach, I get it. Dude never called plays before. How you gonna make him the OC? He ain't never called plays. That's basically making Aaron the OC.
Right.
Okay. So I agree with that one. But of course, Aaron came out and said, I know my role, and that's to play quarterback the best that I can. And he said, the coach is coach, and they're going to put us in the right place and trust the process. I think trust the process is the new answer to, I don't necessarily trust this team, but I'm with it. We're just going to trust it, ride it out.
Yeah, it could be. Or the whole shit was overblown to begin with.
But it seems like there's been a lot coming out of there too. But the funny thing with that is he's under control for 3-4 more years easily.
Right, and I see a bunch of people talking about what's going to make of this and what have you. I know shout out to Glass over at Get Rid of Sports and some other people that were saying, hey, I don't think he's going to be there for the rest of his career.
How not?
Let's break this down. I get what you're saying about him being upset, and that can lead to team discord or dysfunction or whatever. They may just he may just walk. But we got to understand several things first. One, he's not in control of the situation. He has zero leverage. He can't just walk. He's under contract for 2 more years. He's 34 years old. So let's just say Green Bay wants to play hardball. No contract extension, no nothing. 34 now, 2 years on the contract. That puts him at what, 36?
Yeah.
If they feel like franchising him, that could be up to what? How many years?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. Well, it could be 3 because the Redskins could have got Cousins again, but they just chose not to. So that's 3 more years. That puts him at 39 years old, and then they can feel like giving him a new contract if they want to. Mm-hmm. That reason alone, and besides, quarterbacks do not go on trees. Aaron Rodgers will not sniff free agency.
No, that's why this Kirk Cousins thing was so huge. Because how many quarterbacks in their prime are free?
Exactly.
Free.
They don't.
It doesn't work that way. So, I read that shit too, and these folks be like, man, he's going to leave. He should not go. He got 2 options. Play or retire. One or the other. That's it.
That's it. And I want to say that he said yesterday, in a statement that came after the retraction or whatever, or clarification or whatever you want to call it, that he said that they are close to an extension.
Yeah.
So he's not remotely looking at leaving.
He got 125 million reasons.
Right.
I'm saying 125. Might be more than that. Just easy.
Right. I think this is just as simple as, hey, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm the probably top talent-wise quarterback in this league. One of the top 2, at least, if you want to throw everything into consideration. Only behind Brady. That's the only person you can put in front of me.
That's it.
Wise.
I would like a little either heads up or, hey, Aaron, what you think about this? Even if it's just to go through the motions, even if you have no can't think of what I'm trying to say. Even if you have no chance of even thinking of taking his word, factoring it into your decision, you already know what you're going to do.
Yeah,
it's easy to just, hey, Aaron, what you think about this? Right. Make him feel all good and fuzzy inside, like he's a part of the process, which is what they're probably going to do.
Yeah,
and he's going to do what you're going to do.
That's it.
That's very easy to overcome. That probably put him in the draft room, doing draft. No, they can't do that.
Nah,
they can't do that. But they'll extend some type of little olive branch and say, hey, Aaron, we value you. We do understand your opinion is big in what we're doing here. This is how we're going to move going forward. This is something easy to squash. I just think that if the mainstream media came out and put it on the table like we just came out and put it on the table, there's no story there. Yeah. There's nothing you can for clickbait. There's nothing to get likes on. There's nothing to keep it going. So they're not going to report it that way. They're going to report it like it's some big issue so we can keep this going for another couple weeks. Got to learn how these people work, man.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's going to get paid. He can't get no more that type of money anywhere else. And, I mean, if he can wait till he's 39, hey.
That's my biggest thing. 2 more years and you already 34. And I can franchise you. You ain't going nowhere.
Right. And you got to think in his mind, too. Aaron done been hurt like a couple times. He might want to secure that bag, like the real bag, again now.
Right. And another thing before we get off of this, if he wanted to have so much in the say of whether Jordy Nelson came or go, I wonder how many times he's went to their front office and complained about that offensive line that's been shit for how many years? How many years have he went to their front office and complained about that whack-ass defense that he got? You know what I'm saying? So if he ain't did that, I don't want to hear him bitching about, man, you got rid of Jordy.
At this point, I'm thinking this is the best team he'll probably have. And what I mean by that is they've actually tried in free agency. Normally Green Bay don't, if it ain't in the building, they ain't fucking with it.
Right. So
you got a new general manager. They sent the other cat away. So now you may actually get a defense. You may get offensive line help. So you at this point, you really need to trust the process and see what happens. And try to stay healthy. Get you some offensive line help.
Go get Dez.
Yeah. You know what? We can skip this strength of schedule.
Go get Dez. Yeah, we can skip that strength of schedule because it's based on last year's records. It never really correlates to the upcoming season, really. Yeah. So but it is nice to look at. I'm glad we kind of in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
And it dispels a lot of rumors too, because people think that when the Super Bowl team wins, that the league goes in there and handpicks all the tough opponents for them.
Right.
No, it's a formula, people. I can tell you outside of 2 or 3 games who everybody going to play 2019. They have a formula that circulates. So that's how those games are picked. So this strength of schedule is just something to look at, another talking piece. Because if you look at Philly, they got the 19th ranked schedule based on this. So that throws that whole theory of the league goes in there and handpick tough games for the Super Bowl winners. That's just not how it works.
Yes, sir. All right. Speaking of Dez Bryant, on Monday, I believe, Dez did another interview. Might have been Tuesday. He was talking about how dope it would be to play with the New York Giants. He said, you have me, OBJ, Sterling Shepard, Ingram, draft Saquon. Boy, that'd be nice. And a little while after that, Brandon Marshall jumps on Twitter, hey, little bro, we ain't got room for you.
I totally missed that. I didn't know that until I read his release today. Yeah, that's funny.
So this was maybe Tuesday. Today's Thursday. Well, they made room today. Today. I want to say we talked about this Monday, but when we was he might get cut. That's $6 million a year.
Right.
34 years old. I don't know.
Yeah, it's time for him to go ahead and do that show. Was it the Showtime or HBO show with Phil Simms?
Just go full time. You working part time right now. Go to the manager in the office hey man, things ain't working out. I'd rather take these full time hours.
Yeah, I need a few more hours. What can you do? Because he's actually pretty good at the analyst thing. He's actually pretty good at it.
Actually, there's a job available right now that he should go apply for. They ain't got nobody else for it right now. Monday Night Football. Who?
Monday night.
I mean, let's go interview.
I don't know about the commentating, play-by-play commentary. I don't know about that.
3 people in the booth. I'm thinking they're going to because they don't have nobody. So at least put yourself out there. I mean, because this football thing don't seem to be working right now. He's had 2 down.
Are they keeping what's his name? Seth Rosenberg?
They switched him with the guy who was doing college football. He's doing Monday night. So now they got to get the star to be in the booth with him.
Okay. I mean, if they need 2 people, AA Sports is available.
Yeah.
Sure would. I'll go to my boss tomorrow. And be like, yo, August 1st, give or take, is gonna be my last day.
Probably need to go a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're right. Start a camp so I can, get my notes and shit together, go watch a couple of teams, yeah. But my time is coming to an end.
Yes, sir. I'd give them that fresh, that little notice. Y'all enjoy me between now and then, but I'm out.
Yeah. You gotta break that relationship the right way because in 2 or 3 years, hey, we could be right back looking for a job.
Hey, don't burn bridges, people. Learn from us. Learn. But
do you think money. They got the money? I started to think about it today. I know I said Giants, Packers are up front. I don't know if this Giants thing is a good idea.
I mean, he's gonna want the ball. Dez don't have a number 2 mentality, and they got a lot of mouths to feed on that offense right now. Ingram was good.
Ingram was good. Sterling Shepard, I think, is underrated. He was banged up a lot in and out the lineup last year, but he's a good receiver. But the dynamic of Dez and Odell in the same.
I just kind of want to see it just because.
Boy, you think Eli standing on the side looking goofy now.
I'm trying to think. You got to help me with this. A more combustible pair of wide receivers who both wanted the ball at the same time like that. Like them dudes going to want. I can't think of somebody. And I know it's been one. Maybe Chris Carter and Moss?
Chris Carter, Moss.
Carter was older at that time, though.
I don't think
around the same age.
I want to say Chad and T.O., but I don't think they had that problem together because they were really friends.
Yeah.
But those are 2 big personalities I can think of recently that's been on the same team. Outside of that, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne didn't have those issues.
First of all, you never get 2 wide receivers that good at the same time around the same age. I mean, people act like Dez is our age. Dez is only 29.
Yeah.
And he's motivated for revenge.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna get the best Dez this year. But I don't know. I'm leaning more towards, like, I keep hearing Saquon Barkley at 2 now. They gotta certify that line, man. Because if Eli ain't getting protected, ain't nobody getting the ball anyway.
Yeah, they need to go Nelson. Because they got a left tackle. Really they got a left tackle. They just signed a left tackle in Solar, right? From Pats. They need to go ahead and get Nelson.
They need to.
They need to go ahead and get him.
And let me see, because I had it on my mind. They need to get Nelson there, and they need to come up in the 2nd round. Matter of fact, they at number 34, the 2nd pick in the 2nd round, take Sony.
If he don't creep into the 1st round, he should be there.
Yeah.
You got Nick Chubb out there. Darius Geis is slated around the end of that 1st round. There's a lot of backs out there. Yes, Saquon is a special talent, but when you need as much as the Giants need, especially offensive line wise.
Now this is what I would do.
I think you have to maximize things.
I think I would holler at Buffalo for 12 and 22. You may not get Nelson at 12, but if you're trying to get talent, I just don't know about taking a running back that early. I just don't know. You got to be a transformative talent to me.
The way it's looking, I don't think it's going to shake out that way. I think he's going to fall. I think he's still going to be top 10, but I think so many of these quarterbacks are going to be going off the board, either by the teams currently holding those picks or by teams trying to move up.
Right.
Because I still think Arizona has to do something and move up. They can't sit at 15 unless they're going to be content which can be fine with Lamar Jackson.
Right.
5-2
and 5-2. Those are the picks that are probably really in play. Denver and the Giants.
And Denver, and you probably really got to throw Denver something to knock they socks off.
Buffalo should come up for 12 and 22.
I think Buffalo, because they already moved up, right?
They moved up one time to 12, so they got 12 and 22.
They're probably going to try to move up again.
Denver, if I'm them, I mean, you already got a quarterback at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to 12. You can get Davenport to be the edge rusher you were looking for. And at 22, you can get a running back or another corner that you might need. I'd sell that. I'd say 12, 22, and a third. You can have number 5 to get your quarterback. Then somebody will go up there and get him.
But I don't think Denver can lead this draft without a quarterback.
Maybe. So what do you think about Mason Rudolph? I didn't see him much.
I didn't saw much of him either. He's probably gonna go second round.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe third.
Would you take? They already got 3 years guaranteed with King at this point. So
yeah, like I said, unless it's something that's gonna completely blow their socks off, they'll probably stay pat. I can see Baker Mayfield in Denver.
Shit, did you hear this week? He's been telling folks off top he's not getting past 5.
I mean, if you look what everybody's saying, that sounds pretty accurate.
So it really may be 4 quarterbacks in the top 5.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield, and Josh Allen. Yeah.
So that means Nick Chubb gonna fall. A lot of cats gonna fall.
That's what I say. Yeah, I would love. That's what I say. By the time we get to the 49ers get to pick at 9,
y'all gonna have options.
Saquon may still be sitting there. Minka Fitzpatrick may still be sitting there.
Yeah.
I know Roquan will be there. Derwin James, the other safety we was looking at, he'll be there. Tremaine Edwards, another linebacker, but more of an edge linebacker that could possibly. He's got the body type to build into a permanent defensive end.
Yeah,
because he's got that boy's speed is off the chain. But we gonna have it's gonna be some picks that it's gonna drop, and it's gonna trickle down. So you look at Sony Michel, Darius Geis, 2 very good running backs, very late first round, early second round. They will probably still be there.
Yeah, somebody gonna move up him. But all right, you got anything else?
No, sir. We're gonna get up out of here and catch the rest of this fourth quarter. Try to catch the rest of this game. Right now, it is 112 to 102. The Sixers are up in Miami. 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And the Pelicans are once again beating the dog shit out of the Blazers.
Straight up.
It's 35 to 18. End of the first quarter is coming up. There's about 10 seconds left.
Man, they drinking grenades and beignets flying everywhere in New Orleans. They are turning up probably.
Yes, sir. Next week, people, we are going to Monday. We're going to, of course, recap NBA playoffs and what have you, because we can't not do that.
Mm-hmm.
But got to go probably a little bit heavier draft-wise because draft is coming up next week.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be Monday. We'll figure out the other show at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can do a live show during the draft as the draft goes.
Yeah, I was wanting to see if we can get see if we can get Coach Hammer to call in. We can find him. He's in parts unknown right now. Call in, right. Talk about the draft with us. So somebody, have a guest.
We'll get it. All right. Before we get up out of here, hey, tell these people where to reach you at on social media.
At Rike6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
And you can reach your boy at Diego Barishnikov. Well, no, I'm Diego Barishnikov. Reach me at Diego Baristo. And also reach us at AA Sportscast on the Twitter page. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button when you go to the YouTube channel to watch our shows. Same thing when you go to the Spreaker platform and listen. Also, leave us some comments. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you thought about that particular show and any questions that you may have for us. So, again, for AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser, it's Uncle Hate, Diego Barishnikov. We up out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Don't do too much tomorrow on 420. And we'll see y'all next week. Y'all be easy. Peace.